Welcome back, everyone. Well, it's a very big day for a lot of youths across the country. A lot of them who have been on the streets protesting for the president to sign the Not Too Young to Run bill into law. Today, the president has entered that bill into law. A lot of youths in Nigeria are happy today because the ages for contesting for political office has been cut across board. But two offices to contest for Senate and the governorship in the 36th state of the Federation still remains at 35. So the implication of this for Nigeria's politics, especially as we approach 2019, is what we're talking about. One person who may be a direct beneficiary of this new law joins us in the studio. And on the other side of the screen in our Abuja studio is one of those who were the backbone of this campaign, Cynthia Mbamlu, a member of the Not Too Young campaign and a member of YAGA, joins us from our Abuja studio. Mr. Adamu Garba, presidential aspirant, is a member of the APC. He's been talking to us on the program. Let's get back into the conversation now. Let me quickly come to you. Do you think this movement is a threat to the older politicians?
Personally, I believe they underestimated the movement. They thought maybe it's not going to be a threat. But to me, it's not even a threat, because whatever it is great for the country is actually not a threat, because this movement is actually something that is going to transform Nigeria to be one of the greatest countries in the world. So therefore, the movement is indirectly calling our all-class politicians that we love them, we value them, we respect them, we honor their contribution, we want to preserve their legacies. But for now, we want them to retire, relax, and go back to the retirement home. We are going to support and help them and make sure that we continue to build our country and shape it to work for all of us, because we have the capacity and we build the ability to do that.
And you're going to test that in 2019?
In 2019,
you're
absolutely.
A member of the ruling APC.
Absolutely.
And you know just how difficult it is to contest with a sitting president.
Yes.
In a primary process.
Yes.
And you're willing to do that?
I'm willing to do that because I believe the president is a converted Democrat, and I believe he is going to enthrone the principle of internal democracy. And when we pass through the process of internal democracy, where we now conduct debate side by side with the president around the policies regarding the government, where we have the freedom to be able to meet the delegates and discuss our policies, where we outline how we intend to make sure that their great-great-grandchildren does not regret being born Nigerians as we have today, then I believe it's not a problem. I am going to win him, and I am going to emerge as a candidate under the APC platform.
What is your political resource that gives you this confidence?
The confidence is simple. The confidence is the Nigerian project, because I am a symbol of the Nigerian project.
You know the reason why I ask, sorry is the fact that delegate election is very technical. In fact, in world politics, a lot of people will say delegate election, in fact, they are more technical and more difficult than the general election.
Yes.
Do you have the delegate power?
Yes, we are going to discuss with them. We are talking about democracy. We are talking about APC. APC is actually Nigerian's party. You see, the way we mystify the delegate system, you know, simply because of the way it's painted to us, it's actually very different from the way it should happen in a normal democracy. Those delegates are people that are living in different streets in this country, and they are representing the interests of those people in those streets. So what we need to do is to make sure the people in those streets properly discuss with their delegates to ensure that they give them the better Nigeria they deserve.
Now, you think Nigeria is ready for a 36-year-old president?
Completely. Nigeria is fully ready for a 36-year-old president who has dedicated his entire life to the principles of building a better Nigeria.
And that person is you?
Absolutely.
You think you can govern this country?
I can govern this country most effectively. I think the manifestos, the manifestos, the program I dropped on adamugarba.org, my website, and the conversation I've been having on the media, I don't think we have any presidential aspirant in the history of this country that have articulated so much exclusive problems and specific solution to addressing this problem as I have done so far in this country. So what I know is that after my long study of about 144 to 150 countries' successes and failures around the chain, I am fully equipped to position this country on the path to greatness by 2019, 2035.
But there was a warning, though, that the president sounded to younger politicians. Well, he said it at that ceremony. I'll allow you to listen to it. Listen to this one.
Please, can I ask you to postpone your campaign till after 2019 election?
Mr. Garba,
Yes.
what's your reaction to that?
My reaction to that is, you see, the president has dared us once when he was in a summit, you know, in the UK. He talked about, like, Nigerian youths, they don't want to do X and Y, Z, and it was become a sensation. So to me, this is a daring. He's trying to tell us, are you guys really ready? If you are ready in 2019, replace me. But if you are not ready, accept my words and go and relax.
The campaign.
It was an indirect idiom that we have to come and vindicate him. We are going to make sure that by 2019, our president is honorably resting in what is called Council of the Nigerian Statesmen.
All right. Let me ask Cynthia. The president, you were there when the president, a lot of people perhaps giggled and chuckled in the room about what he said, telling the Nigerian youth that, please, let your campaign postpone it till after 2019. What do you make of that? It may sound funny, but there are lessons to learn from it, isn't it?
Well, I think one is the president acknowledging the power of the youth. Because for me, what I got from that statement is he actually appreciates the power of the youth. And for young people, our major resource is in our number and our power. And the president he has the right to compete for elections in 2019. So also every other young person that now falls within the age as reduced by the constitutional amendment. So I feel for one is, yes, young people, we do acknowledge your power, and it's going to be a difficult and a tough competition in 2019. And what more about having that level of reasonable, mature electoral competition? That's what we need. We need that competitive system to actually produce leaders that have the right competencies and capacity to lead us.
Yeah,
so for me, I think it's a challenge, and
okay,
it's more acknowledging the power of the youth and appreciating the moment that we were in, that at that moment we're interacting with a president, we're young people, and we're having that conversation, and it was more or less towards 2019. There's a lot of work that needs to be done.
Cynthia, I wanted to show Nigerians and people who are watching across the world that this journey did not start yesterday or when the president signed the bill into law. If my producer can just put on the screen the timeline of how these all started. The bill was actually moved on the floor of the National Assembly by a member of the House of Representatives from Lagos State, Honorable Tony Nwulu, in the House of Representatives, where the timeline, okay, this is the image showing the ages for presidency, 35, House of Reps. Okay, that's the timeline. It started way back in 2016. And as we close the program, Cynthia, let me quickly get your take. In 30 seconds, the lesson this timeline is telling us, and perhaps the next stage of your action and advocacy about the engagement of youth. What are your expectations? Just in 30 seconds.
Well, nothing good comes easy. We need to work hard. It takes time, but we need to remain consistent and focused. And that is the message for young people that want to run for office. You need to remain consistent. You need to remain focused. And you need to start organizing your constituency now, because they are the ones that would vote for you. And that is the power you need to bargain with political parties to give you that ticket to run in 2019.
All right, let's close with Adamu here. Should you lose out at a primary, what would you do?
Provided it conforms to the principle of internal democracy. I'm a party man. I respect the party settings, and I understand that as one of the young people, I have a responsibility to portray a good image to the other people that are studying what we are doing. So I'm a party man.
Can they ask you to step down?
They ask me
and
to step
give
down.
You an appointment?
No, if they ask me to step down and get an appointment, no, I'm going to contest and win the president. Me, I am 100% sure that this time around, Mr. President deserves rest. I want him to live for 100 years in life, and he cannot do that when he's in Asorok. I will replace him in 2019.
Adamu Garba, presidential aspirant on the platform of the APC. Cynthia Mbamalu, member of the Not Too Young to Run bill. It's a pleasure talking to you, young minds, tonight on the program. Thank you. And that's our show for today, everyone. Many thanks for being part of it. I'm sure Kimbale. Bye-bye.